you feel it. Guys, voice cuts. This is the podcast that you
Hey, what's happening? This is your host Tinto, and welcome to another episode of The Feeling Station. And before we get started, I'd like to give a shout out to everybody that got me coffees, starting with you, Leslie. Thank you for your generous coffee. And your comment there reads, "Hey Tinto, thank you for answering my question. I'm very impressed with your steel trap mind." These coffees are very well deserved. Thanks, Leslie. And then I got I am Vusi. Hey, my brother, what's happening, man? 3 generous coffees, and your comment there reads, "Tinto, just renewing my yearly subscription on the theme of trust your gut feeling. One of the best books I've ever read is The Gift of Fear by Gavin De Becker. He says, intuition is a journey from A to Z without stopping at any other letter along the way. It's knowing without knowing why. Highly recommend, ! But I read too much. Blessings." Thanks, brother. I really appreciate that. And link up soon. Then next up, I got 2 generous coffees from Nompu. Thank you so much, sis. And your comment there reads, with these few coffees, I hope you get motivated in doing the Lord's work. Yes, I am. And keep making my lunch breaks so entertaining. You are welcome. And then last but not least, I got 5 generous coffees from Tandi. Thank you so much. And your comment there reads, "Tinto, thank you for keeping us entertained. I look crazy listening to these confessions episodes on a long haul flight. I was saving it and I can say it did not disappoint. You feelers, again, do not disappoint. If you'd like to support the podcast in a similar way, you got 2 ways to do it now. One, you can head over to www.buymeacoffee.com/feeling station and give as the spirit leads. Remember, there's nothing to support the podcast you've grown to love. And secondly, I'm really aiming this at families, people with children, or people who just enjoy taking time out doing some drawings and stuff. I've authored, and with the help of my son, a book that is a connect the dots, meaning you got dots you connect from 1 to 3 on page 1. And by the time I get to page 50, you're connecting about 80 or 90 dots. And they create a shape of an animal, and then you get to color it. It's incredibly fantastic. I can't tell you how much I've bonded with, my own son, and I've seen people do it, adults, and they've got lost in the sauce. So if you want to enjoy doing the same, it's about the same price of a coffee too, which is £5.99, and it's available on amazon.co.uk. So search for Tinto Linto. It should come up, and it's called Air, Sea and Land Animals, Connect the Dots. And then I've also left a link in our Instagram profile. So why not go ahead and, have fun and support the podcast whilst you're at it, because we are about joining families together after all. Wink, wink. With this out of the way, please head over to the next episode, which is about to start now. Just to give you a heads up, the episode you're about to listen to has suicide ideation themes that some people may find particularly disturbing. If this is something that could cause you a bit of discomfort, I recommend that you skip this one and I catch you on the next episode.
Is that a breakup?
I think we have a situation right here. On the Feeling Station.
What's up?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm still trying to digest what you said a few seconds ago.
No. I'm good.
Explain that to me. What people have you been dealing with and how they manage their time?
I don't know. Do you know, for me, usually when I say 7, I mean 7 on the dot, but people are never on time like that. They're just like, 10 past 7 or like,
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
But you seem surprised when the call came at 7.
No, because I wasn't expecting you to be on time. You get me? But it's fine. It's okay. I'm used to being disappointed, as you can tell.
We don't roll like that. That's why I wanted to know what kind of people you've been around. Jeez.
The wrong ones. Clearly, the wrong ones.
Well, welcome to the Feeling Station.
Thank you.
For those listening to this podcast for the first time, it's a romantic family and friendship breakup podcast showcasing stories that people would like to talk about with a view to give you lessons from their experiences. Now, I hope you find today's story entertaining, but more importantly, meaningful. And as you already know, if you're coming back here, the podcast is really popular for 2 main reasons. The first being, I do my best to keep my guest anonymous by giving them a name from the African continent. And your name today, my friend, comes from Southern Africa.
Okay.
And in particular, it's very common in South Africa, Zimbabwe, maybe a little bit of Zambia, thereabouts.
Okay.
And your name is Nomsa.
Oh, wow.
And what that means is somebody who's filled with kindness.
Okay, I like that.
Yeah?
I'm very kind, so
Yeah.
it's very
Okay.
fitting. Yeah.
Okay. Nice. So your name is Nomsa, and what name are you giving the person that you're talking about today?
I'm gonna give this person the name Chamu.
Chamu. Okay. Why? Why
Um,
Chamu?
okay, so Chamu is short for Champupuri.
Champupuri. Do you want to tell your listeners what champupuri means in English?
So Champupuri means whirlwind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this person's a bit of a whirlwind, yeah?
Wow. Wow.
Okay, so the
Pinto.
story is about Nomsa and Chamu. And the second reason why the podcast is doing exceptionally well is there are real life lessons that people are going to walk away with from the story that you're going to share. So, what would you like anybody listening to your story today to learn?
Okay, so I have 4 lessons.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the first one is kana asingadi hadi.
Okay, which
Well,
in English means,
means if they don't want you, they just don't want you.
yeah, if you don't get it,
Forget about
forget about it. That's kind of what it is. Is that kind of vibe, right? If you don't get it,
Yeah.
leave it alone.
Yeah.
All right, okay, cool. Got a number 2?
The next lesson is know when to walk away.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
hmm the third one is don't be the architect of your own pain.
Ooh, jeez. Yeah,
Tinto.
I think a lot of that do that too naturally without even realizing that we are architects of our own
Yeah.
pain. It almost comes a second nature. Nice. And your fourth one is?
And the last one is see things for what they really are and not what you hope for them to be.
Amen to that. I like those a lot, and I'll play them back. Number 1, kanasingadi. Kanasingadi hade. Like, hey man, if the person ain't feeling this, leave it alone. Right? If you don't get it, forget about it. Number 2, know when to walk away. Lesson number 3, don't be the architect of your own pain. And last but not least, see things for what they really are and not what you hope for them to be.
Yeah.
Cool. Nomsa, take us straight in. Where did you meet Chamu and why did you decide to give him a chance with you?
Okay. So I met Chamu online on Facebook actually.
Oh, yeah?
So I was 19. The summer before I went to uni, there was this Facebook group chat for new starters, and I got added to the group. So the purpose of the group is to just make friends before you get to uni, so that you don't get there and you're completely by yourself.
Right.
So well, I'm Zimbabwean, and I asked in the group. I was like, "Oh, hey guys, are there any Zimbabweans at the uni?" And 2 people responded. So there was this girl and your boy Chamu.
Mm-hmm.
So when he responded, I slid into his DMs. I was like, "Oh, hey, my name is Nomsa. I'm starting uni this September. I'm just looking to make friends. I'm moving to a new city. I don't know anyone there. Do you want to be friends?" And he was like, "Yeah, sure. But I've deferred because I'm having visa issues, but I'm gonna be there for the next academic year." I was like, "Yeah, sure. That's cool. We can be friends anyway. I'll meet up with you when you're here."
Mm.
So that's how we started talking. So we were just talking here and there on Facebook. And because I'm not a huge Facebook person, I wasn't on Facebook like that. So then I said to him, "Oh, I'm not really active on Facebook. Can I give you my Instagram and we talk on Instagram?"
Right.
And he was like, "Yeah, sure, let's do that." And we started talking on Instagram. It's not very consistent. It's just very sporadic here and there. "Hey, how you doing?" Nothing deep, just surface level conversation. Um, and then we stopped talking for a while. But then I already start uni now. First year of uni goes by, and then summer holidays. So that summer, before the start of second year, he reaches out again. He was like, "Oh, hey, I haven't been speaking, I haven't been online, but now I'm back. There's been a lot happening my side. Like I'm getting ready to come to the UK for uni now. So let's reconnect. Let's be, friends. So that when I come, it's natural." I was like, "Yeah, cool. Let's do it." Because I really wasn't thinking about it that much. It was just this person I met online. We've never met before.
So
Yeah.
wait, when he was talking to you initially, he wasn't even in the UK yet.
No, he was in America this time.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. So then we start talking again. Very nice person. Like we just got along, internet friends, whatever. And then 3 weeks before uni opens for second year for me, he then says, "Hey, guess what?" I'm like, "What?" He was like, "Oh, I'm here in the UK now." I'm like, "Oh, wow, welcome." Um, at this time I was back home with my parents for the summer. So I was like, "Oh, when I'm back in the city, I'll let you know so that we meet up officially." He was like, "Yeah, sure." So uni starts now. He's like, "Oh, are you free?" It was a Wednesday. He was like, "Are you free this Wednesday?" I was like, "Yeah, I have one lecture today, so let's do it." But he was like, "Oh, wait, we've only been texting. We've never had a phone call or like a FaceTime. So I don't know what you look like. I've seen your pictures, but like, let's FaceTime." I was like, "Yeah, sure." We FaceTime, and the first thing he says when the phone call connects, he was like, "You're so beautiful."
Hey,
I
come
was
on,
taken,
Chambu.
no, I was taken aback. I was like, "Oh, we're trying to be homies." Like, okay, thank you. But like, I didn't say that out loud. But then I thought it was a bit weird because we're trying to be friends. But I wasn't mad at it. I loved it. I was like, "Okay, cool, thank you." Um, we meet up. When you feel like you've known someone all your life, and we got on like a house on fire. By the end of that first day, we were singing in city center, singing like we've known each other for ages and ages and ages.
Nice.
It was really nice. So next day we go for lunch. Um, just one thing to note. So the summer before, I had turned 20 now because I'm 20, but I didn't know how old he was, but
Right.
he knew how old I was. I think he saw me post like a birthday thing. He was like, "Oh, happy birthday, it's your birthday." And I was like, "Yeah, how old are you?" And I said 20. I was like, "Cool." So we went to lunch. So remember, we're homies. Everyone's paying for their own food. But then because I'm very nosy, I was like, "Oh, can I see your ID?" Because just when he took out his wallet, I could see the ID. And he gave me the ID. And then so I go to the year he was born, and I make a face because he's 5 years older than me. I didn't know this until this very moment. So he was like, he noticed that I make a face, and he was like, "Oh, is it a problem that I'm 5 years older than you?" I'm like, I've never had any friends that are like 5 years older than me, but it's cool. Based on the vibe, it's fine. Like, you seem like a good person, whatever. And he was like, "Cool." So then um lunch is done. We go back. This is Thursday. Friday, we hang out again. We went shopping this time because he's new, remember, he doesn't know where the shops are. He's like, "Oh, can you help me do some shopping? Can you help me write my list for food shopping, whatever?" So I put snacks on the list. He was like, "Oh no, I don't buy snacks because I'm unhealthy, whatever, whatever." I'm like, "Okay, whatever." So then we go to the shop, and then after we've done the shopping, he goes to the snacks out, to the crisps and thing. I'm like, "Why are you here? You said you don't eat snacks." He was
Yeah.
like, "Oh, I'm buying them for you for when you come to my house when we hang out."
Oh,
I was like,
okay.
"Okay, this is really nice. I mean, this is cool, whatever." He buys the snacks. I go back home. This is Friday. Saturday, we don't see each other. I go out with my flatmates. I go clubbing. So I was telling him, this is my first time going clubbing. Um, so I'm a bit nervous. I was like, "Oh, don't worry. If you want, you can share a location with me. If you feel slightly uncomfortable, I can come get you." I was
Yeah.
like, "Oh, that's really cool. So when I get there, he's calling me and texting me every hour, checking, "Are you okay? Are you fine? Are you?" I was like, "Oh, okay. This is really nice." I wasn't really like thinking about it that much. I get home, he calls me, he was like, "Are you safe? Are you okay? Like, are you hungover? Are you drunk?" Actually. I'm like, "Oh, a little bit." He was like, "Oh, eat something and drink some water before you go to bed. And also send me your address. I'll come see you in the morning." Because this time we hadn't gone to each other's houses yet. Uh the next morning he comes to my house, he brings breakfast, he brings coffee, he's like, "Oh, I'm just here to check in on you. Are you okay?" I was like, oh, okay, I'm fine. Don't worry. Like, I'm cool. And that was that. So this is the first week. We met on Wednesday. Now we are on going into Sunday. Sunday morning, he calls me good morning on FaceTime and he's shirtless. Tinto.
Oh,
And to me, this was like, okay, this is a jump because why are you shirtless on the FaceTime? It's like, oh, good morning. I was so distracted. I'm like, okay, fine, good morning, but like, why are you shirtless on this thing? I don't know. But then later on, he said, oh, that was me sending a signal. I was like, okay, that's crazy.
how did you feel about seeing him shirtless?
Oh no, I liked it. It was a good sight to see in the morning.
So
That's what I can
why
say.
you then saying that it was weird or whatever, and yet you liked
No,
it?
because you know the objective that was there was well for me at least was to make friends, right?
Right.
But all the little things that he was doing, they were not like very like friends. They were like a little bit more than friends.
And you're picking up on this, right?
Yeah.
Did you have a
So for
problem
me,
with them vibes being more than just friends?
honestly, I didn't.
Okay.
It made me feel special, so I was going with it. So now we're going into the second week. So now we've synced our timetables. We're spending every day together. When we both have free periods, we're going for brunch, we're going for breakfast, we're going for coffee, whatever, whatever. And then, and I, to note, we hadn't gone to dinner yet. We're just doing breakfast and lunch.
Mm.
And also, you know those church hugs where you just hug someone on the side?
Yeah.
Those were the ones that we were doing. Like after every meetup, I'm like, oh, okay, bye. I'm going home, and we hug on the side. It's like, oh, okay, that's nice. It's all nice, all kosher, no funny business yet.
Yet. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So now we're going into Thursday. Thursday, he hugs me fully for the first time. And I was taken aback. I was like, oh, we're hugging now. Okay, that's nice. And it was a very long hug. So for me, I was very confused. To be honest, sometimes I'm a bit naive. I was just like, what's going on? Like, is this how people are friendly? I don't know. I don't know. So then that happens. Now it's Friday. He says to me, we're doing dinner today. I'm like, oh, really? I was like, yeah, we've never had dinner before. Let's go for dinner today. So because remember, we're just hanging out every day at uni. I just wear my sweats and my hoodie and my trainers. No makeup, nothing, just hair in a bun. So when things were going to dinner, I didn't even think it was a date or anything. I just show up like that. He comes to get me from my lecture. We go to dinner. And then when the check comes, so all this time when we were having our brunch and lunch things, everyone was paying for their own food, right? But then this day he was like, oh, let me get it. I was like, oh, are you sure? And he was like, yeah, don't worry. Um, and then we went to get dessert after, and he pays again for the ice cream. So then after we finished eating the ice cream, I was like, I clocked. I was like, oh my God, this was a date. And I asked him, I was like, was this a date? And he was like, yeah, it was a date. And I was like, oh, why didn't you ask me? I was like, oh, I thought you knew. I was like, oh, okay, I didn't know, but you could have told me. I could have dressed up, whatever. And he was like, ah, no, I just wanted you to be yourself, whatever, whatever. And then that night he said, he seemed like a very nice person. And I want that in my life. Will you be my girlfriend?
Ooh, okay.
Without missing a beat. You know the thing where girls say, let me think about it?
Yeah.
I did not say that. Before he finished the sentence, I said yes.
Okay.
And this was what? We met last week, Wednesday, for the first time, and Friday next week, we were
Yeah.
girlfriend and boyfriend.
Yeah.
So things were moving really fast. The Saturday, he comes to my house, we spend the night. By spend the nights, we just watch movies and stuff. And then, yeah, we start dating. That's when we start dating. So a week and a half after we met for the first time, that's when we start dating. So this was what, September? October, November, everything was going amazing. Tinto, like, and this time I was 20. And this was my first like real relationship. We're going on dates. He's paying for everything. He's just very nice and we get along so well. Nothing to complain about, like gentleman through and through. It was just cute and wonderful. And,
Mm-hmm.
we spend every day together. So then I started noticing little things. Um, so I remember the first thing that I noticed, it didn't register at the time as a red flag, but later on, I then realized like, oh, I should have known. I was telling him about like a problem that my friend was having, and he was saying, that is so stupid to be worrying about. It happens in life, like you just have to get on with it. So I thought to myself, this is very harsh and not very empathetic of you. But I was just like, it's not directed at me, so it's fine.
Mm.
But it later on it got directed to me, but then I didn't care at the time. I was happy. Um, so one thing to note, remember I said I was 20 and growing up I was like very sheltered. So I had no sexual experience or whatever. So I told him, I was like, I'm a virgin and I don't want to rush into this. So can we like give it time until I feel comfortable enough to go there with you?
Did you
And he was
say
like,
this
yeah,
because you could feel him pressuring you for sex?
not really, but like we were spending nights together and
Mm-hmm.
obviously would kiss and like whatever. And it would look like it's going there. And I would always just freeze because I have no idea what to do.
Right.
And he's 5 years older than me. So obviously he had more experience. So part of me was like, I don't want to disappoint this person as well, like, because I know nothing.
Mm-hmm.
He took it really well.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's what I thought. And he was like, yeah, don't worry. Whenever you feel ready, I'm here. Like, we're not going anywhere. And I was like, oh, okay, that's nice. I really appreciate you. So we're going great October, November. We also the one thing that I noticed about him as well is very avoidant. He doesn't like confrontation or so if anything happens and we get like into a disagreement, he just kind of clams up.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought that was a bit like weird. Like if we're having issues, let's talk about it and move on, right?
Mm.
But he just I don't know. It was just a weird area for him.
Mm-hmm.
So I started noticing changes in December. So December, remember we're spending every day together. December comes and we're not spending every day together anymore. He's always busy now. And I'm thinking, oh, that's a bit weird. But he was like, oh, I've made some friends from uni. I also want to get to know them and spend time with them. I was like, don't worry, it's fine,
Mm.
as long as we are cool. So um I then go back home for Christmas break. And then I was home for a week. And then I came back. So I came back the day before Christmas because he had no family here. So I was like, oh, let's spend Christmas together.
Right.
But he said no.
Oh.
And I was like, oh, what do you mean no? Because I left home, I left my family to say, oh, I want to go spend Christmas with my friends.
Mm.
And I'm here by myself. I could have just stayed home. He was like, no, I want to spend Christmas with my friends. They invited me. I was like, oh, I can come. I'm your girlfriend. Like, let me meet your friend.
Mm.
And he was like, no. So that was a bit shocking for me.
Mm.
Boxing Day, I was like, oh, are we doing anything? He was like, nah, I'm busy. But then I'm here for you. Like I left my family to come spend Christmas with you. And
Yeah.
it was very confusing, right?
Mm.
New Year comes around. I was like, oh, what's the plan? He was like, oh, I'm spending New Year's with my friends as well. So now I'm just I'm sad now because I don't understand like what's going on. Everything has been great up until this point. But yeah. And he said something really weird. He was like, you're 20 and I'm 25. Like, you don't understand. the benefits of networking. So these people that I'm friends with, they're gonna help me in my future, whatever. Like, what does that have to do with anything?
Right. Okay.
So then that was a very weird comment, but then
Mm.
I didn't think anything of it at the time. So then now something happened during that January. Now we're January. I haven't seen him since. It's been weeks now that I haven't seen him because he's so busy with his friends and stuff, networking, whatever. I had a very massive falling out with my family. So we become estranged.
What happened in a nutshell with your family?
I mean, well, my parents are divorced,
Mm.
and there's always been tension and words being slung around and insults and stuff. So some of these things, I know it was directed at at a parent, but then I just became the person that was being shouted at, and I was like, okay, I don't feel safe here.
Right.
I can't be in this environment, so I just, distance myself.
Mm-hmm.
So we become fully estranged now. We're not talking, nothing.
Mm.
So now I expressed this to my boyfriend. I was like, I'm not talking to my family. And you can imagine, I'm 20. Like, this is very tough for me. And I'm in a city. I don't have any family there. I'm just alone. And he's like, I'll say it in Shona what he said and then translate.
Mm.
It's like, iwe unongo chema we basare.
Mm-mm.
And it's like, oh, you just cry.
Yeah.
What does it matter?
You're just a
Like, what do you
crybaby.
mean?
Yeah. You know what doesn't
Yeah.
matter.
I'm
Yeah.
like, what do you mean I'm a crybaby? Like, I'm estranged from my family. I have no one. And you were acting up as well. Like, and it was like, it's life. Some people have it way tougher than you. Suck it up and keep it moving. Hmm.
Mm.
So then I was like, oh, okay. So I'm really struggling now because it was just like a huge big blow up on the family front, and now he's acting weird. So I just become depressed.
Mm.
And I stopped going to uni because I'm just like thinking to myself, "Well, how did we get here? Like everything was going great, but now things are just happening." And I couldn't understand what was happening in my life at the time.
Mm.
So I was like, okay, end of January, I plan a date. I was like, oh babe, let's reconnect. I feel like we're not in a good space. Let's get back on track. He cancelled. It was like, oh, I can't come. Cancelled like the day before. It's like, I'm busy. Um, I was very disappointed. I was like, oh, I put a fair amount of effort like planning the date, but she just canceled last minute. She was like, don't worry, you'll be fine, you know?
Mm.
And this was different. Remember the person that I described at first, like we getting along like a house on fire.
Mm.
But this person that I'm experiencing now, this is like a cold person. And I didn't understand.
Disinterested person. I'm not really
Yeah.
trying to be about you or us. Yeah.
So I was like, okay, it's fine. It's okay. I planned another date. He's like, oh, yeah, sure, we can do it. And then he cancels on the day of the date. So now I'm
Mm-mm.
actually getting ready, getting makeup done, whatever, whatever. And he's like, babe, I'm feeling under the weather. I can't make it.
Mm.
So remember, I haven't seen him since December. Now it's February and we live in the same city.
Mm-mm. I mean, you live in the same city, but how long does it take to get to each other?
It's about like a 15-minute bus ride,
That's not bad at all.
right?
Mm.
So then I was just like, that's crazy. And then one day, so after he canceled the second date, I just decided to just show up to the house. I show up, knock on the door. He looks like he's seen a ghost.
Right.
He wouldn't let me into the house.
Mm-mm.
So we're talking outside, like I'm a Jehovah's Witness coming to preach to him. He's like firmly stood by the doorway. I'm like, okay, why are we doing this? Like, can I come in? He was like, nah, I'm very busy right now. I'll see you soon. Like, don't worry, babe. I'm like, okay, I'm a bit worried now because why am I outside? I can just come into the house and
Yeah.
see you.
Mm.
And that was weird. So I went back home. Now I'm crying on the bus ride home because I'm very confused. And I'm trying to piece together, did I say anything? Did I do anything? So now, remember, we were not having sex, right?
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
I start thinking to myself, maybe that's why.
Mm-hmm.
That's why he's become distant.
Right. Okay.
So when I get home, I text him, I was like, babe, I'm ready to have sex now.
Oh my
So because I thought, I'm
God.
losing him. I'm losing him. I need something to hold on to this man. And he was like, oh, okay. He seemed, again, disinterested. He didn't seem excited. And I'm thinking, okay, so what else can I do now? Because I thought that's why you're pulling away.
Mm.
Now I'm putting it on the table. He's not interested.
What? What was his response to that?
He was just like, okay. That was it. He was like, okay.
You.
So now, the following weekend, he says, okay, I'm sorry, I've been acting weird. I've just been busy. Let's.
Before, sorry to cut you off. Before you get there, I mean, you just had a guy stopping you from getting into the house, and you can tell he's stopping you from getting
Yeah.
into the house. You obviously thought there was a woman in there, right?
No, actually, I didn't.
You did.
At the time, Tento, I'm telling you, I was just like, okay, this is weird. But then now, when everything had ended,
Mm.
I was like, this was right in front of you, and you didn't see.
Yeah, that's why I'm asking the question.
I just thought he was so busy. I don't know what I was thinking. I really don't.
Wow. Okay. All right. Fair enough. Yeah.
So the weekend comes, I buy my cute pajamas, I go to the house. Because now I think, oh, we're gonna have sex. That's what I thought.
Mm-hmm.
Um, this guy is not interested, not one bit. And I'm trying to. So I speak to my friends. It's like, guys, how do I like seduce him? Remember, I'm a virgin
Uh-huh.
this time.
Yeah.
So my friends give me the tips. They like help me buy cute pajamas and stuff. Nothing is working. Nothing is working. I'm just there. I was like, oh, I'm gonna go shower. Do you wanna come talk to me in the shower? Or like, do you wanna jump in with me? I was like, nah, I'm clean.
What?
Mm.
Mm.
10-toe. So now, okay, that was tip number one for my friends. That failed dismally. Okay, now it's time to sleep. I'm like trying to hug him. I'm like trying to cuddle and watch. He was like, nah, I'm really tired. Let's just sleep.
Mm-mm.
And I'm like, okay, like, so why did you invite me to sleep over? And he said to me, let me say it in Shona because it holds so much more weight when I say it in Shona and then I'll translate.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, wangochifunga kuti tikuyazotamba bhora here and it's a sleepover tinorara because it's a sleepover, you can't sleep when you're here.
What?
And I was stunned.
Wow.
Tinto. So then now I'm crying myself to sleep. And he's just there, asleep.
For those who don't understand Shona, because there are a lot who listen to this who don't speak Shona. What basically happened is you went for a sleepover, and then when he's saying let's sleep, and you're kind of surprised, it's like, well, what did you think this was? It's not a soccer match, it's a sleepover, and you sleep at a sleepover, and that's what I'm saying we should do. Yeah.
So now he's there snoring peacefully.
Mm-mm.
And I'm here like crying because I'm thinking, yo, like, what am I doing wrong? I don't know. You don't seem interested. So then I start thinking, okay, maybe is it me? Is he not attracted to me? And I didn't sleep that night, honestly, because I was just trying to figure out what it was. Right?
Mm.
So in the morning, I asked him, I was like, oh, remember when I told you that I'm ready now? He was like, I know that you said that, but because you already told me that you wanted to just wait, I need my mind to readjust to the new information. It's just like a mental thing for guys. And I'm like, I know nothing about guys and their mental state, but like this sounds like bullshit.
Mm.
And he was like, no, don't worry about it. I just need a bit of time. I just need to, mentally be in a state of whatever. I don't know whatever bullshit he said, to be honest.
Mm.
I was like, okay, fine. I go home. I was very disappointed because I thought this is how I was gonna get him back to like be excited about the relationship again.
Can I ask you a personal question?
Yeah.
What had stopped you from having sex before? You don't have to answer it if it's too personal. That suddenly changed at this point.
Well, with him or just in general?
In general. But what had stopped you from having sex before?
I don't know. I think, what can I say? The Catholic guilt. I don't know.
Uh-huh.
The way I was raised was just like, oh, you don't do that. It's a sin.
Mm-hmm.
You have to wait till marriage, whatever, whatever. But then now, like, all my friends were talking about it. They're like, they've done it. And I'm just like, guys, I I still feel bad about the whole thing. Like,
Okay.
did we not wait until marriage and stuff?
Mm-hmm.
But then now I didn't care about that because I was like, I need to save my relationship.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So then I was like, okay, I go back to my house, whatever, whatever. We're still talking, but it's not as regular as we used to in the beginning. And it's just very low energy on his part. I'm doing more of the initiating at this point, and it's just becoming draining for me. So I plan another date, like let's say a week before Valentine's.
Mm.
He cancels again.
Oh.
So then I was like, ah, babe, can I talk to you? I was like, oh yeah, what's up? And I was like, I've planned 3 dates. You have cancelled, and I just feel like maybe there's something going on that you're not telling me. If there is, please do tell me. And he was like, yeah, look at you. This is what you do. You always complain, you're very negative. I tell you that I'm busy, I'm busy. Um, why don't you believe me? And I was like, um, I'm sorry, but like I'm trying here.
Mm.
And he was like, nah, I can't do this. Um, it was like, I can't do this. Let's let's end it.
Okay.
Just like that. So as you can imagine,
Mm.
I'm stunned. Like I just hang up because I thought there's no way this is happening right now. I hang up, switch off my phone, and go to sleep because I thought in the morning we'll resolve this because this was crazy, right? Because we haven't had a fight. I I can't think of anything that is big enough for us to break up.
Yeah.
And I don't know, like, and also in my head, I had convinced myself that, oh my God, this is my person, this is the one.
Mm-hmm.
So this was not part of my plan. We're not supposed to break up. Like we're gonna get married.
Mm-hmm.
You get me?
Mm-hmm.
So I was very like shocked. I wake up, switch on my phone, there's no text, there's no call,
Mm.
nothing.
Mm.
So now I'm crashing out. I call him and he was like, oh, what do you want? And I'm like, what do you mean? What do I want?
Just like that.
Tinto.
You.
I was so shocked, understand? And I'm like, what do you mean? What? And he was like, we broke up. Nomsa, stop calling me. And I I just I couldn't do it. Like I'm like, what do you mean? Stop calling me. This is me. This is your Nomsa. Like what are you doing? So I was so angry. So at this point, like we'd exchanged gifts. It bought me like some stuff. I had his hoodie. I was so angry. I packed the hoodies, the clothes in a black bag.
Mm.
Went to his house, and I knocked on the door, and I threw the bag at him. I was like, "Okay, you want to break up? Now I'm breaking up with you. Here's your stuff, right? Here's your stuff. If you don't want me to call you again, then fine, whatever, whatever.
Right.
It's okay." But then I get home, I cried, Tinto, because I'm heartbroken. And I'm like, this was my person. I thought everything was going well. And he was, at the beginning, he treated me so well. And I just felt like I'd never felt like that in my life.
Mm.
He made me feel so beautiful. And what he would say was like, oh, you're so beautiful. You're so pretty. Everything about you is amazing. And I just loved seeing myself through his eyes at the time. It was just, I never felt that before.
Mm-hmm.
So now I didn't have that anymore. I felt like, my life has no meaning, basically.
Yeah.
And remember, there's also this, I'm still going through this tough family thing.
Mm-hmm.
So now more depressed than I was because now, okay, I don't have a boyfriend, I don't have a family, just me by myself.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm still supposed to be going to uni. I just stopped going, Tinto. I was very bewildered. I was like, okay, what's happening right now? I was like, I've always been a good person. I try, where is this coming from? I couldn't do it. I don't know. And this was the first time I was going through something so challenging.
Yeah.
So I just felt like my whole world was crashing right in front of me.
Mm.
So now I'm calling him and texting him every day. So remember when February now? So from February to July of that year, every single day I called him. Like
Every day.
every day, Tinto.
And would he pick up every day?
Sometimes he wouldn't.
Yo.
So for every 10 messages that I sent him, he texted back once.
Yo.
And and you'd think, why don't you just stop talking to him, right?
Mm.
And that's where the lesson know when to walk away comes in.
Mm-hmm.
For me, I couldn't control everything else that was happening in my life. And I thought this is the one thing that I can control. So I was trying so hard to like get to him somehow because I was saying to myself, I know a side of you that is very loving and caring, and you love me. Remember, like I was trying to remind him of that.
Mm.
Nothing was working. Nothing. And during that time from February to July, I promise you I didn't shower more than 20 times.
Yo.
That's how depressed I was.
Wow.
Because I was plotting on how to get my man back.
Wow.
I was not opening windows. I never left my room. I was so depressed.
Mm.
I lost so much weight. I didn't talk to people. My friends, I remember one friend of mine, he texted me, he was like, hey, Nomsa, I don't know what you're going through, but like, friend, I'm tired. Because he would call me,
Mm.
I didn't respond. He would text me, I never responded.
Mm.
So I was just, just depressed. And I couldn't tell anyone this because it didn't make sense to me. I couldn't find the words to articulate it to someone else,
Mm-hmm.
what I was going through. So every single day I texted him. Sometimes he would respond, sometimes he would not. I remember one time, Tinder, he was like, oh, I'm sick. I have a cold. So I'm going to pick up, but I won't say anything. Just speak.
What?
Gentle.
Oh, wow.
So he was like, oh, if I start speaking, I'll start having coughing bouts. So
What?
just speak. You laugh, but it was a tense time for me. I was on the other side of the phone saying, hey, I don't understand what's going on. Like, can we just talk about this? I really love you. I miss you. And he was just there, silent, sweet. So then, Tinto, I should have walked away.
Yeah.
But me, I was there. And he was like, okay, there's some things that I need you to work on yourself. And then I can think about us getting back together.
What?
He was like, oh, you're immature. You're very negative. You always complain. So maybe work on those things, and I'll think about it.
Oh my God.
So I was like, oh, okay, he's giving me pointers on what I need to work on. I started trying to
Oh my God.
be positive. So he was like, okay, I think this was like a Tuesday or whatever, beginning of the week. He was like, okay, that's your assignment. I need you to work on these
That's
things.
your
And then-
assignment, you know.
Tinto. Woo. He was like, okay, that's your
What the hell
assignment.
is this?
That's your assignment. And I'll give you time until Sunday. I'll talk to you on Sunday. So then this was tough for me because remember, I would try to reach out to him every single day.
Mm.
And then I texted him before Sunday came. I think I texted him on Friday.
And you got the fire.
And he was like, you see, this is what I'm talking about. You don't listen to me. You're very stubborn.
Sure.
And because of that, we're talking. I'm giving you another week to work on this. I'll talk to you. Instead of this Sunday, let's talk next Sunday.
What? So now I'm going to extend.
I'm extending the deadline. So now I'm there writing big ass notes. You know, the notes app, if that app could speak, it would be like, girl, leave this man alone. You
Damn.
don't deserve it.
What were you putting in those notes?
Things to work on, girl. I'm like, okay, he says I need to be more. I need to listen. I don't have to be stubborn. I have to be more agreeable. And this was things I was saying to myself. With no coercion, I was telling myself, you know, don't be stubborn, don't oppose things he says. If he says something, just agree. He's older than you, just listen because he knows more, he's more experienced. And this, I was parroting this because he had said to me at some point, it was like, you know that I'm older than you. I have more experience. When I tell you things, because I know these things. So then subconsciously, I took what he said as gospel because this is my man. I want him back. Right? So I'm trying to like listen to everything he says. But then one time, in the middle of the night, sometimes you just think to yourself, no man, why am I letting this man speak to me like this? Like, I'm not his kid, right?
Yeah.
Even none of my parents speak to me like this. Like, no one speaks to me like this. Why am I letting him do this to me? So I would have like moments of clarity. They would last all of 5 minutes.
Okay. At least they were there. At least they were coming through slowly.
But it just wasn't working.
It's all right. Let's give them some credit, Shab, because you've gone from seeing a guy at the doors telling you not to come in and just giving you lectures and you're like, yes, 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 to you now saying, let's give you some credit there.
So then, but I was like, nah, maybe that's just how he is. I still want him back. We're going to get married, I want my man. I'll listen to whatever he says. So I'm trying. And during this time, have you ever heard of psychics?
Of sidekicks or psychics?
Psychics.
Yes, I have, yeah.
So I don't know. Remember, I was already depressed. I'm already down bad. What I do when I wake up is I come up with a new plan on how to get my man back. That's all I'm doing this time. I'm not eating. I'm not sleeping properly. I'm not going to uni. I'm not opening my windows. I'm not opening my I'm not changing my pajamas. I'm just focused on this. This is a mission for me. So I don't know, I come across this page with psychics. And I was like, oh, let me just indulge. Let me just talk to a psychic. And this woman said, I see a man in your life. That's your man. That's your soulmate. But there's a woman and she's clouding his judgment. So for me, I'm already vulnerable. So I took this and ran with it. But then remember, there's a catch. You need to pay for these psychics, right? So now she's like, oh, you need to pay more for me to like look into it a bit more. I spent hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of pounds.
Paying this woman?
Not just one woman. It was different people now because I don't know, you know how your phone, like when you start like looking into something, it just brings up things. So now it was like different psychics from all over the world. And like, they were like, oh, if you're broken up, we can do a love back thing. And me, I was there, obsessed, draining my savings to get my men back.
Damn.
And it was crazy because these people, they prey on you. They already know, because it's like a love back psychic. Of course, they know you're having love issues. Them saying, oh, I see a man in your life. Of course, there's a man in my life that I've broken up with. That's why I'm here. This is just very generic things, right? So because I'm obsessed with getting him back, I'm using my money to like talk to psychics. I'm on calls with psychics. I'm texting them, asking for help. At that time, it made sense to me, Tinto. But now I'm out of like, what, 500, 600 pounds because this is what I'm trying to do. And still nothing is working. Nothing is working still. So then I dished that plan. And every time he would say, oh, I'll give you an assignment for things for you to work on. The day comes, he finds another issue. So now let's say he says, let's talk on Sunday. Sunday, we hop on a call. And then he starts saying something and I like interrupt him, right? And he's like, you see, this again. You're speaking over me. You don't respect me. And I was thinking, yo, how am I gonna ever get him back? Because every time we get to the finish line, he invents another
Yeah.
goalpost.
Mm-hmm.
Until now, my birthday comes. Now we've from February, now we're in June. Every single day, every week, I'm crying my eyes out. I'm being given assignments on a weekly basis of things to work on for me to be a good girlfriend, apparently.
Mm.
Um, we get to June, my birthday, now I turned 21. Remember now, I'm still estranged from my family. Nobody says happy birthday for me.
Mm-mm.
And that hit me hard because I thought, okay, this is my 21st birthday. I know like we're going through stuff, but at least say happy birthday or whatever.
Yeah.
He doesn't say happy birthday. My friends, of course, I've alienated all of them. They're tired now because it's been what, 5 months and I've been ghosting them.
Mm.
So nobody really reaches out like that. So now I'm so depressed. I was just like, nobody cares about me.
Mm.
So now I start thinking, it's time to go and meet my maker now because clearly nobody loves me here. So now I start going into a very dark place now. I think
Oof. Nomsa. Jeez.
I start thinking nobody cares about me, right? So now this is where the suicide ideation comes in to the story.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm struggling with it. I'm thinking about it, making plans on how to end it. And it's scary for me because I'm actually making plans now. And I'm like writing things down on like how to
Mm-mm.
execute. And I'm scared, like I'm terrified because how did I come to this?
Mm.
And all my life, Tinto, I'd been the poster child of what it means to be like a good daughter,
Mm.
overachieving, try to please everyone. But now I have no one right now. Like I feel like nobody cares about me in the world.
Mm.
So she's like, okay. And then I just put that on ice. I'm just thinking about it, but nothing's really happening. And then a week after my birthday, he was like, it was your birthday last week, right? I was like, yeah.
Mm-mm.
He was, oh, let me come see you. I had forgotten. I just remembered now, whatever. I was like, okay.
Bruh.
He comes to my house, but then this time I'm exhausted. So I don't have any fight left in me. He brings me a bottle of wine. He was like, oh, how have you been? I was like, you don't look okay. You look sick. And I just didn't have anything to say to him. I'm like, what do you think? Of course I look sick. I've been texting you every single day for 5 months. What do you
Mm.
think? And remember, I wasn't opening windows or showering even. The day he said I'm gonna come, I had a sudden burst of energy. I woke up, cleaned my room, changed the sheets, opened windows, showered, and I looked presentable. But then when he left, I just went back to my depressed state again.
Yeah.
Because I don't know why he was there as well. I don't know what he was trying to achieve. I don't know. But I just was so exhausted. So exhausted.
Mm.
And then, so his birthday is in July. His
Mm.
birthday comes around. I buy him a gift. I send it to his house. And he got a text that it was a delivery. And he texted me. He was like, oh, did you send something to my house? I was like, yeah. And he was like, well, I'm not at home. I'm out in a different city celebrating my birthday with my friends.
Wow. So no
So
invitation. Come and hang out with
nothing.
me too. Come and celebrate with me as my
Yeah.
girl.
So
You.
remember
You.
when I
Yeah.
was upset when I went and threw his hoodies at him?
Mm-hmm.
And also this during this time I was stalking his Instagram, his social media, stalking,
Mm.
monitoring activity to see if he's with people, whatever.
Mm.
So one time I was on a TikTok and I saw this girl wearing the hoodie that he had given me.
No.
And this hoodie, I know it sounds stupid, but like this hoodie is unique. No one had that hoodie. I knew it was his.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when you see something and you think, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
this is that thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just, that broke me. I think that was the last straw. And I texted him. I remember texting him so many messages, like, how could you do this? I saw her wearing the hoodie. Why would you give her the same hoodie you gave me? He just saw the message, he didn't respond. So I was just like, okay, this is it. Like, I'm tired now. I've fought for it. I've done everything. I've spent so much money talking to psychics. I've been begging him. I've been trying to modify my character. I've even prayed. Nothing is working.
Mm.
Nobody cares about me. Nobody loves me. You know, so I can't do this anymore. Like, I can't.
Mm.
I sit down, I write a letter,
Mm.
a goodbye letter essentially.
Mm.
So I write multiple letters. I write a letter to my mom, a letter to my dad, a letter to my brothers, a letter to him.
Mm.
And I basically, in all the letters, it was just like, I feel like I'm not enough.
Mm.
I can't do this. Like, I'm going. So I I cleaned my room, packed my bags. So I really thought about this, Tinto. I was like, oh, so when people find me, I don't want to make it hard for them to pack bags. Let me pack my bags so that it's just easier to transport me out and whatever.
Jeez, Nomsa.
I changed
Sure.
my bedding. I wore clean pajamas. Like, okay, that's cool. I prayed. Like, I was like, God, you know what? There's someone in ICU right now fighting for breath. Let's make a deal. Can we switch places? Just take the breath that I have in my lungs now, give to that person, and let
Sure.
me go. Because I can't do this. I really can't.
Mm.
So now it's time to go. I don't want to go deep, like into detail about this thing because
Mm-hmm.
I guess it's triggering for me and for other people as well.
Okay.
So when I was trying to execute, there was no one in the room, Tinto. But I felt something pushing me back to my bed. And because, well, I'm Christian, the only way to explain this is the Holy Spirit.
Mm.
I felt something very strong pushing me back to the bed, like pushing me. And up to this day, I cannot explain it because there was no one in the room with me. Because I was walking towards a window because I lived on the top floor of my building.
Mm.
The plan was to jump.
Mm-hmm.
My legs were so heavy I could not walk, and it was not even a very long distance from my bed to the window. It couldn't be more than 20 steps to that window.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't do it. Like, I couldn't walk. And I felt something pushing me towards the bed. And I was just there crying. And then something broke within me. And I realized you can't die for a boy. Don't do that to yourself. Right? Like,
Mm.
it's not worth it. You've tried. You've given it everything. It's been 5 months. You don't look like yourself. You look like a shell of yourself. You've been ignoring your friends. Don't do this. You stop going to uni. Fix this right now.
Mm.
So I was just there crying for hours and hours and hours because I realized I was so close to like ending it all because of this thing.
Yeah.
I ripped the letters and I was like, okay, I need to try again. I need to come out of this dark place that I have been in. I need to change my life because I can't keep doing this. I really can't. I reached out to one of my friends and she said, I've been waiting for this text. I
Sure.
know something is going on. You don't have to tell me now,
Mm.
but I'm coming. She came. She didn't ask me anything. She was like, I see you don't look like yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever it is, I'm going to help you through this. And you have to tell me what it was, but you can't keep on doing this to yourself.
Mm.
That's what she said.
Mm.
She was like, you haven't been coming to uni. Let's go. Let's go back to uni. Let's go outside. Let's eat something. And eventually, when you feel okay, tell me what it is. So I was like, okay, I need this. She was like a crutch for me during that time.
Mm.
I got a new job. Now that it's now summer, right? I got a new job. I moved out of that flat. I started working into like a mad woman. And to a point where my manager sat me down, she was like, "Are you okay? Like the way you work, this is not normal."
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, "Trust me, I need this.
I need the distraction.
I need the distraction because I know I have an obligation to you. I will force myself to come into work every single day
Yeah.
so that I'm not wallowing in my pain." She was like, "Okay, but if you're not okay, let me know. But good job, you're working. We love it." And so this is July, August. I got my money up. Until like the money that I saved during that time,
Mm-hmm.
it was so much money
Mm-hmm.
because I was working crazy 14-hour shifts
Yeah.
because I had nothing else to do and I needed to heal a broken heart.
Mm-hmm.
I was working. And remember, I'm still estranged from my family. It's just me by myself. I'm not talking to anyone on my family's side. Like, it's just me. And yeah, I think by that time I feel better. I moved into a new place. I got myself a very nice apartment, furnished it proper because now I have money. Like
Mm-hmm.
I'm better now. I start going back to uni. Everything's kind of looking up again. And guess who calls me?
Ah.
Pinto. Ah, your boy Cham.
Mm.
Now I'm feeling better. Like I'm good. Like I can now smile. I've been eating now. I'm not skinny as I was not like starving like I was. I'm better now. I'm good.
Mm.
Cham calls me. And stupid ass me, I answer the call. Because deep down in my heart, I still loved him.
Mm.
And because remember, I'd convinced myself that this man is the one, I kept hoping, right?
Mm.
So it was like, oh, how are you? And so when I was going through this healing phase, I stopped texting him. So I think it now was bothering him that I wasn't giving him attention because I
Yeah.
just stopped caring. I'm not calling, I'm not texting, I'm not stalking him. I just let it go.
Mm.
And he was like, hi, Namsa. I'm like, hey. He was like, oh, I miss you. We haven't spoken in a while. I know I treated you really badly, but I need to see you.
Mm-hmm.
Come see me. I was like, okay,
Mm-mm.
let me go see you. So now I was rewarding myself from healing from this whole situation by going to see the person who hurt me, right?
Mm-hmm.
I see him, we hug, we talk. He was like, where have you been? I was like, I've been working over the summer, just trying to be okay. Remember, I told him about my whole family thing. Not once did he ask me if I was okay
Mm.
during the whole time. And I was like, okay. So he was like, I really miss you, you were you were very good to me, whatever, whatever. And I was like, oh, okay. So now before I leave, I was like, I need to go back home now. He kissed me.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, this registers as we're back together. Stupid enough.
Because you kissed him back.
Yeah, I did kiss him back.
Mm.
So for me, I thought, oh, okay, so he's coming around. Now we're back together. That's what I thought.
Mm.
Tinto, don't judge me because what I'm going to tell you next, crazy. After this, we move in together.
I mean, you gave me a disclaimer, so I ain't
And we
judging.
move it into my apartment.
Ay, 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 ay.
The one that I'd saved so much money to pay for
And you
furnish.
furnished
And
nicely. Mm.
we move in together.
Mm.
So now, to me, I'm happy. Now I'm happy. I think God has answered my prayers. Maybe the psychics were right. This is my soulmate. So now we're living together. We're doing breakfast in bed. We're cooking together. Like we're living together. You know what people living together do. Um. Oh, so now we start having sex. Now,
Okay. So it started at your new place.
yeah. So now I'm happy. Like if you'd seen me, I was floating on cloud nine
Mm.
because I've got everything that I wanted now. I've got a job. I'm working. I'm going back to uni. I'm getting better, and my man has come back to me. Like I'm good now.
Mm.
Um. So yeah, we're living together. We're living together. We're living together. And then I sent him a meme about something to do with, oh, imagine sleeping by yourself in a king size bed, whatever.
Mm.
I don't know why it was funny, but it was funny. But I was like, oh, haha. And he was like, that's actually crazy because you have a king size bed and you're single. So I think the meme was like, oh, imagine being single and having a king size bed. That should be so lonely.
Yeah.
So, and he was like, oh, that's funny because you have a king size bed and you're single. And I'm like, what do you mean I'm single?
Hey.
I thought we were together. He was like, did I say that?
Oh my God.
But now you're living in my house and we are doing up, playing house. I'm asking you, like, what's for dinner today? Like, and you telling me I'm single? Tinto. So he was coming from work now, he's now working. And he's like, and I was like, oh, can we talk? He was like, yeah, what's going on? I'm like, oh, what did you mean when you said I'm single? He was like, yeah. Are you seeing someone? I'm like, what do you mean? Am I seeing someone? Am I not
What?
seeing you? He was like, nah, we're not back together. I'm just living here with you, but
This
I have
is
a girlfriend.
what?
Tinto.
Yo.
And I'm like, what do you mean you have a girlfriend? He was like, oh yeah, she's in a different city. We're doing it long distance. But yeah, I have a girlfriend. Hi, boo. Now I look like a stupid person again. So then I'm just there crying again, heartbroken again. I'm thinking, okay, so what's going on? I'm like, what do you mean you're dating someone long distance? Long distance. I'm right here. That's what I said to him, to his face. I'm like, what's so wrong with me? I don't know why I got into my head that there was something wrong with me. But remember, can I sing that dad? If the person just didn't want you, they just don't. And this was nothing to do with me. He just didn't want me. And I just couldn't understand why. Because I thought to myself, I'm a good woman. I was cooking, I was cleaning, I was making him pack lunch when he was going to work. I was doing all the cute things, buying him gifts, putting notes on the lunch, playing wifey. Me,
Wow.
my 21-year-old self. And he was like, yeah, I have a girlfriend with a straight face, no flinching. I was so confused. Again, I'm back wallowing, thinking, okay. I was like, okay, go. I need you to move out of my house now. I don't want you here. And he was like, let's talk about it. I'm like, there's nothing to talk about. Go. So he goes. Now we stop talking again. So now, this has been what? I think now it's been about a year and a half now.
Yeah.
So now I'm tired now. I'm really tired, Tinto. I was like, okay, let me leave it. Summer comes and I start dating somebody else. And this man, he was amazing, Tinto. Because I thought I would never love anyone as much as I loved Chamu. But I realized, oh my God, I can love someone else. And he was great. I can't lie. Obviously we ended up breaking up.
I guess.
But like
Okay.
I feel like he healed a small part of me. Because I realized, oh, there's someone else out there who thinks the world of me. And it's not only Chamu in this world. But then we had our first fight. Now, me and this Mr. New Boyfriend, I won't give him a name because. And I got really upset. Like, I was just like, and guess who had perfect timing, like always? Chamu. Chamu was just like, oh my God, I just thought of you.
Oh my gosh.
I'm sorry. No, I'm sorry. Can I see you? So he comes to my house. The moment I see him, we run to each other. Now we're kissing and kissing and kissing. So now, poor Mr. New Boyfriend, I started ignoring him because Chama is back on the scene. Because Chama is the love of my life, remember? So now this new boyfriend, we broke up because he became collateral damage because I started ignoring him. Because Chamu, remember, he told me that he has a girlfriend and I'm single that time. But now he's back. So, and I was like, okay, Chamu, what do you want? Clearly, you know that I have a massive soft spot for you.
Yeah.
And you keep coming back and I can't resist this. What is it? He was like, oh, me and the girlfriend were breaking up. I'm like, you are breaking up or you've already broken up? He was like, we are breaking up. It's not working. I'm just waiting for her to break up with me. But I want this what we have, because no one can ever be who you are, my person. And
Yeah.
this is what I've been waiting to hear from him for ages, right?
Mm.
But he remember, keyword, he said, we haven't broken up yet. We are going to break up.
Mm.
So now there's months in the story where I'm the side chick now.
Mm-hmm.
So every time we are together, he gets a call from the girlfriend. He leaves the room to answer.
And
But I keep
and
asking,
and and at this point, you can tell that it's the girlfriend calling.
I know, now I know. Even if I know if she calls, I hold my breath so that she doesn't hear me in the background.
Yo.
Tinto.
And what were you seeing yourself as here? Were you seeing yourself as a girlfriend too, or?
Because me, I'm thinking of myself as a girlfriend. But then it keeps, every time she calls, and I'm thinking to myself, I'm the other woman here. And I kept asking him, like, Cham, what are we doing? Can you please break up with this girl? Because I'm your side chick. He was like, nah, we have history. You get me. You know my family. You know things about me. Side chicks are just here for a good time. But you ask me about my life. You ask me about my family, my work. You're not a side chick. You're more than that. But I'm not a girlfriend. I'm not a side chick. I'm somewhere in between. I'm more than a side chick, but less than a girlfriend. You get what I'm saying? But me, I don't know. I don't know what to attribute this to, Tinto. Was it the low self-esteem, the hope? I really did hope that it would work out between me and him.
Yeah.
So if whatever he gave to me, I was willing to work with it. Right?
Mm.
Okay. And then he was like, oh, one weekend he said my girlfriend is coming over for the weekend. So I will text you, don't text me. I was like, oh, okay.
This is okay.
So I I went to the library trying to distract myself, and I got a text from him. He said, we broke up. I almost screamed in the library because I'm like, okay, they've broken up. So this is my time to shine. Right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, oh, okay, come over. Celebrate your breakup. Because that means me and you know. And he comes, we see each other, whatever. I'm like, okay, so what's the plan? He was like, what do you mean, what's the plan? And like with you and me, until you said you're waiting for her to break up for us to get back together and be serious, right?
Mm-hmm.
I was like, nah, I'm not in the headspace. I need to think about it because I I'm just breaking up with someone. I need time to think, but me and you, we can continue seeing each other. Again, know when to walk away. And in as much as I can sit here and say Chamu really hurt me, I was chief architect of my own pain here.
Yeah.
Because I could have just walked away and blocked this man. But I was there. I was an enabler, basically, because he kept coming back. I kept opening the door. Of course, it's easier said than done, right? But I just couldn't resist. And because he knew that I had this massive soft spot for him, he was just walking all over me, right? I was just lacking in that self-respect, because if I had stood my ground and created a boundary, like, this is my boundary, don't cross it. If you do, this is done. And the boundaries had been crossed, what, 2 years ago? Because that first time he had said, he was giving me ultimatums and like saying, oh, work on this. That was not what I was supposed to go through, because you don't speak to me like that, right? And it's the hope as well. I had hope that this is my person, like we're gonna get married.
Absolutely.
The delusion that was fueling all this. So then it was like, okay, so we kept seeing each other, seeing each other, seeing each other. And again, remember me, wifey, doing all the things, uh, doing his laundry, cooking, whatever. I was just doing the most. And then now I'm 22 now. We're still doing this thing. He's still not committing to anything. And now, remember the boy that I started dating, he was just like, I can't do this anymore because I don't know what's going on your end, but I feel really neglected. I know that we had a fight. I'm sorry, but like, I can't keep on. And I was like, yeah, I'll go. I didn't even care because
Wow.
now Chamo was here. Like, remember, my Chamo is back, right? I really broke that boy. I really did. But I didn't care. Chamo was back on the scene. So then Chamo says, you know what, Noms, I'm not ready for a relationship. I'm just not in the headspace, but we can be friends.
He was really saying we can be fuck buddies, really.
So friends, I'm like, okay, so friends don't do what we do. Here, it was like, nah, like let's be maybe a little bit more than friends, but not really in a relationship.
Fuck buddies is what he's
Exactly.
asking for.
For me, because I just wanted him around, I was happy to go with it, Tinto. I was really happy to go with it. And yeah. And then I remember me and my stalking, I have a little bit of an Inspector Gadget thing going.
Right.
I was stalking. So I see this girl liking pictures, liking. I was like, who's that? And then I investigate and I think they're hanging out or whatever. I ask him about him. So, oh, it's my friend from work. And he was like, even if she wasn't, why would it bother you? Remember me and you are friends. I was like, okay. So we keep doing this thing, this back and forth thing. Now we're in year 3. Now
Yo.
I turned 23. I'm 23 now. So stupid. Nothing has changed.
Yo.
Chamo still says I'm not ready for a relationship. But I'm still there. And it's not because nobody ever asked me out. People were asking me out and I just wasn't doing it. I just wasn't giving them attention. All my friends were telling me, like, girl, leave this man alone. But I was there because I really hoped that this was my person, you get me? So one time I unfollowed Chamo, but his Instagram was public. So I could still monitor his actions, but I hadn't followed him. It became like a daily ritual for me to, like, when I wake up, I check his Instagram stories and whatever. One time I checked the Instagram, it's not coming up. And I'm like, what do you mean?
You've been blocked.
Did he block me? I'm blocked. So I had a ghost account. So obviously, when you know the Instagram feature, obviously you block someone in their other account as well.
Yeah.
I couldn't see him on the ghost as well.
Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah.
So I get one of my friends to check, and he's on a date.
Yo.
With a girl. And guess what the date is? A 1-year anniversary date. Tinto, remember, Chamo said, Namsa, I'm not ready for a relationship.
Oh my God.
But he's in a relationship.
Yeah.
Now. So me and him, we've been in each other's life for 3 years now. Remember, the other relationship, the long distance girl, they'd been together for a year. And this girl, they're celebrating 1-year anniversary. And now I then found out that, remember that December period when I was acting weird? He had started seeing someone else. So from the December to July, and I was crashing out from February to July, texting him every day, trying to get him back. He was in a relationship for what, 7 months? So I saw that, I started crying. I'm crying and crying and crying. Because now I'm thinking, I've wasted like my early 20s on this man, and he's been in 3 relationships the whole time. But he's telling me he's not ready for a relationship. So then I remember I said I have this Inspector Gadget thing. Now I start investigating similar characteristics across all these women. These women are older than me. So I'm thinking, is it because I'm young? I'm 5 years younger than him. That's why he's not willing to commit. I don't know. And then I also discovered that, okay, one of the girls was black, but the other 2 were white. And I'm thinking, is it because I'm black? Is it because I'm 23? Like, I couldn't figure it out. So then after the dates, now I'm crying. The next day it's like, oh, I'm coming over to sleep over at yours.
What the hell, man?
And then now this friend that I asked to check the Instagram, He was like, if you know what's good for you, delete his number, block him
Absolute,
for good.
absolutely.
Tinto, I couldn't still. I still couldn't. I let him come. We hang out. We didn't really do anything. But like when he left, it was weighing heavy on me.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm now we started talking when I was 19. Now I'm 23, and we've been in each other's life. And he's been living his best life, But I've been crying. I've been
Mm-hmm.
depressed. I've
Mm-hmm.
been suicidal because of this whole situation.
Mm-hmm.
I made a very tough and earnest prayer to God. I was like, God, I can't let him go.
You can't let him go.
This was my prayer to God. I was like, God, you know what I want from the situation. Deep down, I hope it works out. I can't do it by myself. So if you're gonna do something, maybe if you strike him down by lightning, that's cool. I can't do it by myself. That was the prayer.
Yeah.
Because I knew, Tinder, that the strength to leave was not there. Because remember, hope is a very dangerous thing. Well,
Yeah,
in my
yeah,
experience,
yeah.
because you keep hoping for something to work out.
Absolutely. I was talking to some people very
Mm,
recently, and I was saying the most dangerous thing to lose is hope.
yeah,
Because once you get to that hopeless position, you just want out.
yeah,
So now to cling onto it, yeah, it's very dangerous because it fuels you to do things that are usually out of character.
yeah.
Mm,
And I was not this person,
mm,
the person that I became in these three years. I was stalking people, creating ghost account. And I remember this one time, the girl with the hoodie that
mm,
I spoke about,
mm.
I sent her like a insult from a ghost account
Just to hurt her because you were hurting.
because I was hurting.
Mm,
And I sat there, I was like, this is not the person that I am. Like I've become a stranger to myself because I claim to love this person, but I don't think this is love if it turns you into this person. Anyway, what I'm gonna say is gonna be crazy, but it worked. So yeah, I made the prayer, and funny enough, during that time, immigration rules changed.
mm,
So from the visa that he was on, he was supposed to be earning a certain amount of money to be able to stay,
mm,
and he was earning slightly less than that.
mm, mm.
So he couldn't get a new job, and he had to go back home. So he texted me, was like, the immigration rules have changed. I can't stay here. I've talked to my work. They can't give me more money, so I'm moving back to them, basically.
Mm,
And to me, to me, that was an answered prayer. To me, I'm like, okay, he's leaving
mm.
because obviously, of course, it's a coincidence, right? A funny one, but to me, that was God intervening because if he was still here, I think I'd still be messing with him till this day.
Yeah.
So he left Tinto. I blocked him on everything. And yeah, that was the end of that.
I am. I'm speechless. I'm shocked, but I get it.
Yeah.
I absolutely get it because there's something known as first love attachment, where there are
Yeah.
strong emotional bonds that are built and they're really hard to leave, even if you're hurt. And they make you do things that are completely out of character, which is why I asked you what had held you as a virgin for so long.
Mm.
Because the desire to keep that bond going with this first love, you feel needs to be enhanced, given a little more oomph so that this person remains. But the problem isn't you, it's really him. So it feels like you're dealing with first love attachment. You may have been dealing with an inexperience as well.
Yeah.
Not knowing
Mm.
what a healthy relationship looks like,
True.
and not knowing where to draw the line and where to draw the boundary because, this is unhealthy. It's unhealthy for a man to stand in front of a door in a relationship and he's not trying to get you inside the house. It's
Yeah.
unhealthy for someone to tell you, I'm in a relationship, hey man, so don't mess this up. I'm going to be seeing my person, chill. It's unhealthy for you to be, it's called a shh moment, which is where someone asks you to keep quiet or you make yourself keep quiet so that you don't mess up something else that they have going.
Yeah.
there was so much wrong with this. And then him calling you single when he's moved into your place. So now he's not only leeching on you physically, he's leeching on you emotionally and leeching on you financially because you're helping him, with the bills. And oh my days. And also, there may have been the need for validation because you wanted to feel wanted and chosen.
Yeah.
Even if it was only part-time. And then we mentioned the issue of hope. And in this instance, it was incredibly dangerous to have that hope because it made you hang around for something that you didn't need to. But then at some point you went to the other side where you lost hope, which almost led you to do something that, would have left people in a lot of pain.
Yeah.
But I also get why you'd have gone to that extreme because inexperience has a huge part to play with all of this, and finding a good balance, I think, is easier for you now. At least I hope it is for you now because you've been to both sides of the scale and you felt what it's like on both ends.
Yeah.
Then there was the fear of loss because you knew what loss made you feel. You didn't eat. You didn't open your windows. You were depressed for a good 5-6 months. And in that whole time, you were losing your self-worth, feeling undeserving of full commitment or better treatment from someone. And an overall emotional dependence, leaning on him for comfort, attention, identity, sexual. You didn't even talk about how your sex was. And I don't want you to. But, even that component of it, relying on sexual gratification for someone who would only give it to you as and when they felt it was okay to give it is just not okay.
Yeah.
So, Nomsa, all I can say is I'm just grateful for this experience you've shared because I am confident someone right now listening to this episode is having a hard time letting go of a girl. And someone is having a hard time letting go of a guy because of a lot of what you've just described here.
Yeah.
And I'll just play back your lessons as I close this out. Number one, you couldn't have said it better. The guy just wasn't into you like that. And I think one of the more difficult things to do in life is to accept that you are just not wanted like that by someone. Yeah. This is a lesson that came to me later on in life, and it was incredibly painful. Just coming to terms with the fact that somebody just doesn't want you like that. And then picking yourself up is difficult, but it's worth it. Because suddenly you get to experience what real relationships are like and where someone values you for what you are really feels like and what a really healthy relationship feels like. Then your lesson number 2, know when to walk away. I think I'm hoping now you know when it is to walk away because this was your first serious relationship, as you said. I don't think you would have known that, okay, this is now time to leave.
Yeah.
But now you have the experience. You've got some, something to back it up to say, this feels like the time to leave. And the last time I hung around, it bit me in the ass. So I'm going to leave now. And then number 3, don't be the architect of your own pain. Listen, this is incredibly powerful.
Yeah.
And I'm glad you said that now because it feels like you've had some moments of introspection and you've now understand what it's like to be the best version of yourself and to put the bricks and the mortar together and put the roofing and furnish the house that you're in to make yourself a comfortable, beautiful house.
Yeah.
You've been to architect school. Let's just say it that way. You've been to architecture school with this relationship.
Part of the builder.
Yep.
Been there, done that.
Yep. You definitely wear the Bob the Builder hat on this. And then last but not least, see things for what they are and not what you hope for them to be. Hope, man. I remember some therapy sessions that I had once upon a time. And the moment I walked into the room, this guy had a sign that just says hope. And that's all. And that was enough for me to break down. Hope is an incredibly powerful 4-letter word that can either make or break someone. Because once you gain hope, you're back on your feet. And once you lose it, we could lose you forever. So, hey, thank you so much, Nomsa, for sharing this. And for those who've made it to the end of the episode, you've been listening to another episode of The Feeling Station. I'm your host, Tinto, and I will catch you in next weekend's episode. Peace.
Tell me what you're feeling. Tell me what you're feeling. Now that it's over. Let me talk about my feelings. Let me talk about my feelings, yeah.
Rudo imoto runoto kujidziro amai. unotokuchidzirwa ma